Welcome viewers, we are tracking a number of stories this Saturday afternoon, and our main focus continues to be the protest that we have witnessed since yesterday over the Agnipath scheme for military recruitment. And what we are given to understand right now is that there are fresh visuals coming in from Ludhiana in Punjab, and there are CCTV visuals on your screens right now that show how there was chaos, there was mayhem at Ludhiana. And there was vandalization reported there as well, and vandalism. And now this has come even as the government continues its process of tweaking the first year recruitment process for the Agnipath scheme that will allow a larger bracket of people to be eligible to become Agniveers for the first time. Yesterday we had seen how the upper limit for the Agniveer qualification, initially it was 17.5 years to 21 years, that had been increased to 23 years. And now we have seen a big step also being taken by the Home Ministry, where for those Agniveers that complete the 4-year training and then are not absorbed into the forces, for them a special quota has been created in the paramilitary services, a number of services there where they will be eligible, and also the age qualification for that purpose for the first year of recruitment has been relaxed. And so we can see how very clearly the Agnipath process is a process that is evolving in the first few days, and yet we see these visuals now from Ludhiana. We have Amandeep joining us. Amandeep, tell us what is currently going on in Ludhiana, what are we looking at, and what is the state of the Agnipath protests over there?
Well, Ankit, the point is that all of a sudden at Ludhiana railway station, a group of 50 to 60 protesters with the covered faces and rods in their hands arrived at platform of Ludhiana railway station. And all of a sudden they started vandalizing, they started smashing the official offices of railway station as well as the public property. A clear-cut damage to the public property without any slogan. And in fact, the most pertinent to mention is, Ankit, that there was no such protest in Ludhiana before this. All of a sudden, a group of 50 to 60 people strike at Ludhiana railway station and started damaging the public property, and with no reason. They don't raise any single slogan that either they are protesting against the Agnipath or something else. There was no such kind of apprehension. And later on, the police have arrested and detained 4 persons out of these. In fact, now they are questioning them for what purpose they have reached this. When they are having rods in their hands and reaching at the public place and damaging the public property, there must be some kind of conspiracy having behind this entire situation. Yes, Ankit.
So Amandeep, stay with us. So from what Amandeep is telling us, that these visuals that we have accessed from CCTV cameras at railway stations and also other parts of the platform, we can see that this crowd there gathered. He tells us they were masked. There was no protest essentially associated with it. Rather, it was just a straight all-out vandalism. You see on your screens where there is a bench there, and then there is a pillar, and there is a person who walks past it and randomly and vehemently hits it with a lathi. Then there are someone else who is trying to pull a installation off that same pillar. And you see that there is a rampant vandalism taking place there. Now, Amandeep, I just want to ask you about what is the situation currently, and what is the feeling in Punjab where you are on the Agnipath recruitment scheme. Is there an effort being made to understand what the scheme is about, or is there a rampant politicization and this kind of vandalism?
Well, Ankit, if we talk about the Punjab, there is no such protest happening against the Agnipath scheme in Punjab, in entire state itself. And in fact, Ludhiana is the first incident that has been reported. And in fact, this is not sure that either they are protesting against the Agnipath or they are just came here to damage the public property at the railway station just because there was no such slogans. They have not raised a single issue that they are protesting against the Agnipath scheme. And even it was very much clear in the visuals and the CCTV that they are having rods in their hands. And the protesters, why they are carrying rods in their hands? And in fact damaging the public property. If they wanted to protest against the Agnipath scheme, they should have raised the slogan, and in fact they could have protest outside the DC office, outside the Chief Minister's office, outside some official office. But no, they all of a sudden they strike at railway station of Ludhiana and started damaging the property. It was very, very surprising and shocking situation. But so far, Ankit, now the situation is under control. Police have taken over the situation, and in fact, 4 persons have been detained who are calling themselves as the protesters just because they are having the covered faces. They came with some kind of motive and behind this. There is some kind of conspiracy has to create the unrest in Punjab. Just because no such, not even a single protest is happening in the entire state against Agnipath scheme. We are witnessing the situation in the entire nation, and we are getting the updates from the ground in the Punjab also. But we have not witnessed a single protest in Punjab regarding the Agnipath scheme. And all of a sudden, without any protest, 50 to 60 people gathered at a railway station with covered faces, having rods in their hands. There must be a criminal conspiracy behind this. Yes, Ankit.
Right. Amandeep is sharing with us a terrifying scenario where a number of people just entered the Ludhiana station premises and appeared to have engaged in vandalism. That is completely deplorable. He'll be tracking these stories from Ludhiana.